Good morning to everyone. Welcome to October Wasteless Monthly Cafe Talk. Today our invited speaker is Kohei Watanabe from Tekyo University. He will talk about measuring the efficacy of intervention on household food waste reduction. After his talk, we will have a brief Q&A session, and then we will ask you for the small tip and inform you about the next month's specialty. I will stop sharing and give the screen to Kohei. Please, Kohei, you can start your talk.
Okay, then I'll start sharing my PowerPoint. Right. So yes, it's my honor to be invited to give a talk here today. The title is Measuring the Efficacy of Intervention on Household Food Waste Reduction, and I'll introduce the study I've been doing with my colleagues who are listed here. So yeah, in order to implement effective measures for reduction of avoidable food waste, we need to assess the effectiveness of interventions. And so back in 2022, we measured the effectiveness using household panels and also conducted social experiments. So I'm introducing these two results. For intervention, we've come up with 5 suggested methods. One is stickers. We are focusing on refrigerators, and one is stickers to remind people to not to waste food. Number 2 is tools to organize, keep the fridge tidy. 3 is a magnet sheet which you can stick to the door of the fridge to remind what you need to use up soon. 4 is taking photo with your smartphone, the content of fridge, and 5 is using food management apps. I think it's been introduced a while ago in this series as well. There's Japanese version of this. So fridge stickers like this. So regarding tidying tools, we distributed these plastic trays and also these stickers so that could be used to make things stand out, which needs to be consumed quickly. This one is magnet stickers of food items, and so you can show that new items in the fridge and what needs to be used soon, and when you've used up, you could move the sticker to the area here. That's how it works. So method 4 is encouraging the subject to take photos of the content of fridge. It could be used so that when you go shopping, you don't overbuy things to make sure what you have in your fridge already. And also it encourages people to tidy up the fridge a bit. And these are the apps available in Japan, which will suggest recipes according to what you have in the fridge and also remind you what's been in the fridge for a long time. But the problem is that you need to input every item when you put in the fridge and also when you use it. And our subjects thought that was a bit too cumbersome. So the study using panels. So these are panels which we recruited. One are students, group are students, and the other one are recruited through, how to say, surveying companies. We had a 2-week period of baseline and then the intervention period. We were looking at these two periods. So this is an example of the student sample, and we had about 120, how to say, general public as well. We used kind of smart bin system. We have the outside bin, and in the bottom of that, we have the scale, which sends out the measurement through a Wi-Fi router to the internet, so we can immediately recognize as people throw things in the bin, and it will be automatically weighed. So this was to reduce the effect of measurement. If the householders are asked to measure every waste they throw away, then that will affect the behavior, and so it's we are not sure whether it's the effect of measurement or effect of the tools itself. So we wanted to make it as simple as possible and use this system. So this is how it works. Yeah, if you want to make it more sophisticated, we can probably add a camera on the lid and see what's in it, but we didn't do that. As a result, all interventions showed reduction effect. So in this experiment, we can say that all of these interventions are effective. Yeah. Somewhat the subjects who are assigned to do the photo and the stickers had initially high amount of food waste and also a higher reduction amount. But anyway, all these suggested actions were effective in reducing avoidable food waste. The second result is putting these interventions into kind of real use by means of a social experiment. So initially, we grasp the status of avoidable food waste before the experiment, and we do the social experiment, and after that, we measure the waste again and see the effect. And we set up experiment area and control area to make sure that to have a baseline as well. So this is the experiment area, and this is the control area. Both are how to say flats in within Tokyo, and it's about the same size and also same how to say household size and average age. So in the experiment area, we've explained about the how to use the goods we distribute. So those are the plastic trays and the stickers and so on, and also explained suggested methods for reducing the food waste. And we did the sorting analysis before and after the intervention. Um, these are the food items which were found in the discharged waste. We sorted the waste according to the flow of food waste within the household. So we have unused ingredients, unused ready-to-be eaten food, and also plate leftovers. And yeah, there are food waste that are, how to say, inedible or intentionally removed. So these doesn't count as avoidable food waste. So this is a detailed sorting table. These are the examples of the items. And so in this social experiment, we skipped the magnet because it was cumbersome to explain, and also we didn't explain fully the use of the app. We just introduced that there is this app, and you are encouraged to use it. So in the end, um, about half the people did use tools for the fridge tidying, and somewhat, although we've encouraged them, not many people took photos of the content of the fridge. So, when you are using voluntary panels, then we have almost 100% use of the suggested actions. But in real life, we have to think about whether the people will do what we suggested. So that affects the effectiveness as well. But in the case of Arakawa social experiment, in the experiment area, we found a 15% reduction in avoidable food waste, while in the control area, there was 5% increase. So we could say there's about 20% reduction effect by these intervention. Um, or in terms of grams per person, 52 grams per person per day was reduced to 47. Yeah. So, yeah, probably the most important thing is that that when we use panels, they are willing to participate and they are compensated for participation. So it's much easier to get an effect of the intervention. But in real life, if you want to know the effect, then a social experiment might be a more accurate assessment of how effective these interventions are. But still, there is this effect of measurement, and that could have affected people's behavior. And also, like these fridge tidying tools, it should reduce like ready to be eaten food, but also there was a reduction in the ingredient as well. Um, so these interventions itself might not have made their function, but it did the job of reminding people to reduce food waste. So that was a quick explanation of my studies, and I think I'll take questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Kohei. So, anyone in the audience have questions for Kohei? If you want, you can write them in the chat. We don't have any still here, but I have some questions. Well, Thomas?
Hello. Yeah, hello,
Okay,
Kohei, and
hello.
hello all. Just to know, Kohei, if you measured the share of inedible waste in the food waste from the household.
Pardon, could you repeat again?
Sure. I don't know if you have measured how much represent the food that is not edible in the total weight of food waste you measured. Or if
Um,
it was not measured, it was just excluded.
yeah, so in the sorting analysis, we did measure both inedible and edible parts, but for the first part with the panels, we asked them to only to put the avoidable food waste in the bin. So yeah, we don't know about the intentionally removed parts.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Ilva?
Hi, that was super interesting, Kohei. Thank you. I wanted to ask about if you could maybe say a little bit more about the demographics. So it looked like there were quite a lot of slightly older people in the photos. And was there a difference, did that impact on the results in any way?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that was one of my questions also, because it relates with the not using the apps and the photos, and maybe this is related with the people, the
age.
age.
Yeah. Um, well, yeah, in general, Japan is an aging society, and we have a higher proportion of elderly people. And also, if we do some kind of how to say explanation meeting, young people are busy with other things, and only the old people participate. So there are somewhat more younger people in the sample, but yeah, the active ones are relatively old, and also the response we get are from older people, and they complain about the usability of smartphone apps.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, if there's no more questions, I have another question for you. You used that the procedure, it was the weight bin, and you said that you could have added a photo there and good for the categorization, but you didn't. In the
No.
end, what I understood was that you used people to do the food categorization. So why did you went through the photo? How do you see the future of this? And if it creates any advantage to use this kind of technology with a weight bin and linked with the photo?
Yeah. We could have connected with the camera, but the measurement system will anyway weigh the items whether it's, how to say, avoidable or not avoidable. And in order to get the measurement, we thought we need to get the householders to sort the waste. But yeah, to make sure the camera might be a good way. But also, we can ask the residents to keep a simple kind of food waste diary so that if that matches with the measurement of the automatic measurement. Yeah, but we've also thought about how do you say, camera connected to a kind of AI system which recognizes what's in the bin. And that might be also possible. We are working with a company on developing that as well.
Okay, is there any other question? The shot is nothing. And I have also curious is in the graphs you show along the weeks, do you have any justification why in some of them they start too high and then they decrease in the second week, but then in the third week increase again? And then did you find any justification for this variability? It's true that in the end there's a reduction for sure in all of them, but could you find any justification for this variability along the weeks?
Yeah, the tendency is that in the beginning, people are, how to say, more enthusiastic. They are doing something new. And so that affects the behavior, and there's a dip in the amount of food waste. And then they start getting used to the system and become a bit more, how to say, back to the usual behavior, maybe. How to say, introducing something new gives a kind of shock effect, maybe.
So what is my well insight on this is how can we change the behavior of people, because we are not seeing, even with these interventions, uh, a high decrease in the food waste habits. It's like
Yeah.
because, for instance, we have here in this chat from one person from the audience, thank you for your nice presentation. While in general, people are willing to join studies about food loss and waste, it seems that it is more difficult to change food habits, particularly among elderly people. Can you comment on this? Do you think it's only on the elderly people?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure whether it's particularly among elderly people or not. Maybe that's the case, but also elderly people tends to be, how to say, less wasteful in our studies, what I've noticed. So there's not, how to say, a big margin to reduce the waste. Some of the younger people uh, had a large amount of food waste to start with. And so with the intervention, we managed to reduce a significant amount. Yeah, but basically, these food habits are difficult to change behavior. We
Yeah,
are still thinking of effective methods.
but we are all here trying to change that figures. Yes?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you have any other questions to Kohei, you can write in the chat and Kohei will answer to you. So now I'm going to ask you for your small tip, please. And if I can move, yeah. So please scan the QR code or go to slido.com and insert 1308265. And we want to ask you first how to describe in a word your take-home message from this talk. We really appreciate your participation. Exactly, reduction, it is. Okay, we have only 4 participants engaged. Okay, we still have 2 typing. 3. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much for your participation. 9 participants, great. So not having any other active, I will go to the next and last question. That is, how do you rate Monthly Cafe Talk second edition so far? I hope the 9 participants will participate in this one also. Okay, we lost 2 participants. Okay. Thank you very, 8, 9. Thank you very much. So now, next Cafe Talk in November 21, we're going to have a talk from Martin van der Kamp, that is the EIT Foods Director of Education. And we asked him to talk about the food waste in this, how it is tackled to this in the EIT Foods Education. In December, we're going to have 2 talks. One in December 5 by Mara Petruzelli from Agroscope that will give a talk on can changing the meal sequence in school canteens reduce vegetable food waste. And in December 19, our last and final talk in second edition, but also of the Wasteless monthly Café Talks that will be given by Gyula Casa from University of Veterinary Medicine, Budapest, a well-known expert in food waste and also a Wasteless partner. And he will give a talk on the household food waste indicators and measurements now and in the future. So thank you very much for your participation.